Hello there Carpologists, I'm Dan. Today we're taking a look at the Kodex SX-i. So you may have seen the review I've done on Kodex's CX-i Rod. That one is the dedicated carp rod within the range. This one is the SX-i. It's a specifically designed floater rod. This one will complement these CX-i's absolutely perfectly. So if you've got a set of those yourself and you want something a little bit softer, a little bit more forgiving for your floater fishing, I'd highly recommend taking a look at this one. Like I said, it's quite a soft rod. It's got a rated test curve somewhere between 1 3/4 and 2 1/4 pounds. And it's got a lovely through action, so it's going to be really forgiving. It's ideal for using those softer mono hook lengths and you know, lighter mono main lines. So although it's quite a soft rod, it's still pretty powerful. I've got quite a large size inline controller float there, and myself and Joe have been casting this out, you know, anywhere between 60 and 80 yards today, and it's been coping with that no problems whatsoever. The main point in having a soft forgiving rod is for the important times of when you get the fish closer into the bank and it starts to make those sort of last few final lunges. When you're using small hooks, you know, size 10, size 12 hooks with 10 and 12 pound mono hook lengths, the last thing you want is a really stiff rod that's not going to absorb the lunges of the fish as they start to dive away. So moving on to the fixtures and fittings, because it is a specifically designed floater rod and you're going to be standing there holding it for several hours at a time in your hand, you know, they've not just thrown it together with any old rings and reel see. It's a full carbon 2-piece blank, and because it's going to have a smaller reel on it and you're going to be using light mono hook lengths, they want it really well balanced, and for that reason they've gone for the lightweight minimal guides. It's got a Slimline gunmetal reel seat, and that's finished off with a lovely full cork handle. And finally, just to finish things off even further, they've got a lovely little hinge loop on the underneath of the blank, which is perfect for nicking your hook into to keep your hook length nice and straight, so you've not got to fold it back through one of the rings because they're normally sort of 4 foot plus. So that's just extra handy to have that in place. Lovely little finish. So being somebody who's used a normal carp fishing rod for their floater rod for the last couple of years, you know, I never really knew any different. But now, after using one of these for a full day, I can completely understand why people are buying specifically designed floater rods. It just makes it so much easier and so much more enjoyable. You know, having a well-balanced, lightweight setup, it makes casting smaller to medium size controllers a lot easier, and you can get them a lot more accurate with a lighter rod and more of a through action than what you can with a big old beefy carp rod. So I completely understand why they're making them, why they're selling them, and why they're just so popular. So I definitely highly recommend getting down to your local stockist, taking a closer look yourself. Failing that, have a look at the Kodex website. And the best bit about this rod is it's available for just under £100 with a recommended retail of $99.99. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again soon.